Hey guys, how's it going, Kripparrian? So today I want to talk about a card that was basically on nobody's radar of it being any good at all. Summoning Stone. Now, why was this kind of big misconception? Well, it was largely because nobody expected control decks to really do that well when it came to the League of Explorers expansion, and certainly nobody expected to do that well immediately, all thanks to our bro Reno Jackson, of course. But they are, and because they are, it kind of changes up the dynamic of the game quite a bit to where cards like Summoning Stone, which look really bad and maybe aren't that great, really actually have some spots where they can shine in somewhat of a big way. Now, today I want to talk about the card and tell you guys how good it is in all little aspects of the game. But first of all, I want to knock out Arena. This card is pretty okay in Arena, but you need a very specialized deck. So when it comes to how valuable the card is when it comes early on in your draft picks, it's terrible. The issue in Arena is you just often don't get any good spells at all. But if you have a lot of good spells and then you see this card later, it's pretty good. So why is it pretty good? And this kind of falls into why it's pretty good and constructed. So you look at the card, it's like, oh, yeah, I've kind of played that Tavern Brawl that had this type of mechanic, and that was pretty fun, but that seemed more of a gimmick. I don't understand how a card with no attack that costs 5 mana is going to be any good at all. Well, you have to think about it this way. So you have to have a deck that has a bunch of good spells in it. So you have to have a spell-centered deck. But once you already have that, it's really an okay card. The way you have to look at it is if you have a 4 or 5 mana cost spell that you play with this on turn 9 or 10, well, that just pays for itself. Because, I mean, the card you have in the deck anyway, if that costs like 5 mana, you play this, and then you get a 5-drop out of it. You just played 10 mana worth of stuff. Plus, you have the Summoning Stone that your opponent is, trust me, going to freak the hell out that you actually have it. So, how good is Summoning Stone? It's good enough to get fireballed by a Tempo Mage. That happened several times in me playing the Priest deck, the Spells Priest here. The deck is actually pretty good. I had a positive win rate, but it was a pretty low rank. I maybe would have included a few cards differently, but really not too much because I was playing on a free-to-play account. Overall, the deck is pretty good. It shuts out most of the aggro decks well enough, and it's pretty decent against other control decks. How do you play Summoning Stone? Well, you assume that your opponent is either going all in with a very aggressive deck, in which case Wild Pyromancer will often clear a board on turn 3 or 4. If not, Akanai Soul Priest will clear a board with Circle Healing combo on turns 4, 6, 7, maybe 8. You got some Light Bombs to stall. You basically wait. You know, one of the questions I got when I posted the deck was, so how do you get out the Summoning Stone? You wait. And then you get to 10 mana crystals, and then you play the Summoning Stone. It's a weird concept to have to pay full price for certain cards, and it is one that is a little bit clumsy. I don't think it's clumsy because of the fact that the spells aren't good. It's because you're highly incentivized to try to play multiple spells or multiple valuable spells. So you kind of need a little bit of a discount right now with Emperor, because there's not too many great 5 mana cost spells that Priest have right now. So one of the best things you could do is play Emperor and get like Holy Fire, and if Holy Fire gets discounted to 5 mana and you have the Summoning Stone in play, it will actually trigger on a 5 mana cost minion, not the full original mana cost of the Holy Fire of 6. So you have to be careful a little bit with the discounts, but generally it kind of works. You just play a lot of spells. I have very few creatures that actually make use of Resurrect. Resurrect combos very well with Wild Pyromancer because Wild Pyromancer triggers after the Resurrect, resurrects that. It works pretty well with Akanai Soul Priest because you can play it on tempo and then resurrect it to Circle Heal later on in the game. And of course, Resurrect always works very well with Emperor and Summoning Stone. Getting a 2 mana Summoning Stone is basically like cheating and winning the game, because if you get a Summoning Stone for 2 mana, you can play 8 mana worth of spells, so you got 16 mana worth of value. Now, it doesn't always end up that way, but sometimes it approximates to something like that. So basically what I'm getting at is, if Summoning Stone actually cost 4 mana, it would be broken. I think the card is like balanced in quite a few decks at like 4.5 mana, But at 5 mana, you can make a deck that's specific for Summoning Stone like this one, and it will win a decent amount of games, actually. It's not that bad at all. Now, the reason I keep talking about, it has a bit of future potential, it largely has to do with the fact that you need really powerful spells that you can play with Summoning Stone on the same turn that just work in the deck overall. So right now, Priest is kind of missing quite a few of them. It has a lot of spells, a lot of good spells, but Light Bomb doesn't really work. Light Bomb actually kills whatever the Summoning Stone spawns, like more than half the time, so that's a little bit problematic. But there are some new cards that are about to come out in the League of Explorers for Priest that changes this in a very positive way, so you can see how the evolution of Hearthstone might affect a card like Summoning Stone. So, of course, we have the Entomb, I believe it's called, and Entomb is kind of an okay card. I kind of rate it on the same power level as Mind Control, but it's much better than Mind Control in this deck, because if Emperor ticks on either Entomb or Summoning Stone, you can play both on the same turn, so you're playing silence removal plus a huge threat plus a random 5 or 6 drop from the effect of Summoning Stone, which is actually pretty damn crazy. That basically is like a 5 mana Mind Control plus the threat of Summoning Stone on a future turn. Also, Excavated Evil, a card that doesn't seem really that good on first glance, is perfect for this deck because all you're doing is trying to stall out the game as far as possible. If you're playing against someone who's playing aggro and you give them Excavated Evil in their deck, they're going to be screwed if they ever draw it. It works perfectly with Summoning Stone because it doesn't really kill the stone. Plus you get the 5 drop, and there's actually very few 5 drops that die to the 3 damage. I think there's only like maybe 5 or 6, so it'll probably work. And usually when you do that, you can often combo with the Circle Heal to heal the minions that you damage back up. I have tried to do that a few times with a Light Bomb Summoning Stone combo. Not very successfully, though. But overall, the deck is pretty successful, and it will get a lot better in the near future, and possibly like tournament level in the future after that, I suppose. Now, Summoning Stone is obviously not restricted to Priest. It's just kind of hard to find classes that have very efficient spells that you can actually play a fully spell-centered deck that actually works. Rogue comes to mind a little bit. That maybe has some room for development. Druid, perhaps, and Mage, in my opinion, might be the one after Priest to get working, because Mage can survive almost exclusively through spells through a lot of the game. So we'll have to see what kind of crazy creations people come up with, but what I've done is I've kind of set the groundwork. Summoning Stone is not actually bad at all. Okay, it's worth trying, it's worth playing, it's a really fun card, and it is good enough to work in some decks, and we'll see if it really gets out of control. Kind of hope it does, because it is a very entertaining card to see. But for now, you guys just have to see some of the games that I played with it, and maybe you can learn a thing or two, and maybe you guys want to try out the deck. So check out the clips. Hopefully I give you guys some more appreciation for the card, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
That hand is not so great. Okay, so it's Zoo, that's good. It's definitely Zoo. Okay. Okay, if I Thought Steal, I have to play something, so I'm not gonna Thought Steal yet. I'm just gonna coin Cabal on the Imp Gang boss. Let's get Argus.
My shield for Argus.
Okay, well, I'll take the 2/3 then.
Let me change your mind.
This makes Resurrect a lot worse. Total of 4 wins. Lots of fun.
Buying or selling.
I think we're actually gonna win this one quite decisively too. Wow, I think there's like a card here that's pretty good. Let me see if I have. Look at that! What's that? Wow. Is that a common card?
From the void I come.
Embrace the void.
I mean, the guy just overcommitted like crazy, and now he's gonna get fucked up.
From the void I come. Get in there and fight, maggot!
I'll have to reset after this.
Summon me! You like to play with fire? Your soul shall suffer!
Looks like suffering's not gonna happen.
You like to play with fire?
Put this apple on your head.
Where's the stone? That's a good question. I don't think it's a good idea to play it right now, though.
Embrace the void.
Fuck.
Put this apple on your head.
Why do you go? Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Bring me steel.
Embrace the void.
Giddy up!
Hey, catch!
It's not that bad. That's pretty good. Just got these two pieces of shit, and now it's the highest priority target on the board. I'm gonna get a fucking Deathwing if he doesn't do anything. Stay the fuck away from my stone, dude.
Shield for Argon.
Yeah, that's right. 6 health's too much for you. Alright. 100% win rate. Man, it feels so good to win with shitty decks. Who does Summoning Stone affect best? Probably like a Phrase Mage or something. I don't know. I think the card sucks. I'll be honest, I think it sucks. But, yeah, okay. We can kind of make it work in some way.
I can fix anything.
Seems like a weird play, but I don't think it's very weird. It'll work out just fine.
Embrace the void.
Powering up. Portals online.
I can fix anything. I am ready. Let me change your mind.
That. Kill that. You can play Summoning Stone, Velens, and double freeze coolant. That sucks.
Want a deal?
Ready for action!
Yeah, that'll do.
Right on time.
Does he seriously think he's okay right now?
I serve the fire.
That's pretty good.
Battle detected.
I'm gonna keep my Summoning Stone nice and healthy. It's a good try. Good try. Oh. Sucks, actually. See what spells you have. Nice card. Do we have a mech in play? Yeah, we do. Alright. Well, let's see what we can get, actually. Get the chugga chugga.
It's a deal.
Let's just heal the MVP twice.
Battle commencing.
That Summoning Stone is a double Fireball exclusive. I wonder what happens here.
Right on time.
Does this just die? Oh, wrecked!
Battle commencing.
This deck just keeps getting better and better.
You win.
100%! Okay.
Hello. Someday I'll be just like you.
I don't really like doing that because Flame Waker
Someday I'll be
is
just like you.
generally much more problematic. Okay, so he is running Mirror Entities.
Wanted, dead or alive.
Okay.
Job done.
You got an unstable portal from the Spellslinger.
Get back, yes.
What the fuck? Alright. We're gonna Shadow Madness that. We're going to play an unstable portal of our own.
Me?
Ah, here's where we get fucked up. Maybe not. This surviving is a bigger deal, so...
Wanted, dead or alive.
Give me spells. Give spells. Give me. Thank you. It's like, how did that not trigger?
I won.
I serve the fire.
Ah, fuck. Of course! Of course it'll hit that twice.
Is someone injured? Someday I'll be just like you!
That seals the game. I think the stone might be viable once Priest gets more of those board clear cards. But I think you do need Emperor most of the time. That tells you how good the card is. That alone.
Well played.
Ready.
Right away.
Thank you. Oh, nice. Take one of those. Destroyed. Damn it.
You require my assistance?
He's got a spare part too. Interesting. So we have lethal with Shadow Madness, Akanai, Holy Nova, Holy Fire. Oh, that sucks. Oh. Okay, I'll take that. Well, if we don't go for lethal there, we have some problems, right? He has to double fireball that most likely. Why would he use that? He has another fireball. Oh, is that it? Oh. Oh. Yeah, do it. Share the healing.